Hi friends, welcome to IAS and College Connect YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about ngFor in the Angular. Let's see what is ngFor. It is just like an for loop which we used on the Java programming languages or C and C++ or .NET or Python. That is ngFor is nothing but for loop. How to implement the ngFor, that is a for loop, in the Angular concepts we are going to discuss in this session. In previous videos, we discussed about how to inject the values which is present on the TypeScript file to the HTML. Then we are going to display the informations on the browser screen. In this video, we are going to discuss about how to use ngFor. For that, I'm just going to create an array. For example, I'm just going to create one particular employee details, that is employee or student. It is of any type. Okay, so I'm just going to create an array. Okay, so or else first I'm just going to create an object. Inside this object, I'm just going to give some student information. Student name, which is going to be a some values. Okay, so for example, Vinod Kumar, Silver, Arasan. Okay, so here I need to put the colon symbol. Done. Okay, so now I'm going to create one more property, student department, which is going to be a CSC. And then student mobile number, which is going to be a some numbers. For example, I'm just going to type 10-digit values. So now I want to display this information on a front end. Okay, so here you see we created an object which is student, will contain student name and student department, student mobile number as a properties. How to display this information which is present on the properties in the HTML file? It's very simple. We are going to use same interpolation operator, but here you see I'm just going to uh, create an object dot that property name. Okay, information student information. Here you see, then first we use student name, right? Okay, student name, that should be followed by student department, student department, and then mobile number, right? Student mobile number. Here we are going to first access the properties, first access the object, and then object and its property. Okay, so what is object? Here we are having, which is a student. Okay, so here I'm going to use student object. Then under the student object, we are having the properties called student name, right? Okay, so student name. Here student dot student name. Likewise, the same thing. Department also, I'm going to access the property student. Under this property, we are going to get the student department, right? Okay, so what is the variable property name? Here you see the property name is a student depart. Student depart. Okay, so then mobile number is present on the student object only. From that, I'm going to access by using the student object. We are going to access student mobile number, right? Okay, so now you see what we did on here is So we created one object under the component app component. Here, what is object name? It is a student. It is going to be any data type. Okay, so here we are having the some properties like student name, student department, student mobile number. So we are having the property student name. What's the value we assign for it? It is Vinod Kumar Selvarsan. And for the student department properties, we assign CSE, and student mobile number. The values which we assign is 9494949494. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to execute this code. Okay, so but here you see, we are getting some error message. Why? Because it is not properly binded. I'm just going to click save all. Okay, so now you see the code is executed successfully without any error. Now we are navigated to the browser screen to check whether we are getting the right output or not. Here you see, we got their output, right output, student name, and then department, and then value mobile number, which we given, it's get display on here. Now, you see, I'm just going to create one array inside this object, and I'm going to pull the values which is present on this particular object. Okay. So here I'm just going to create one object, which is going to be student subjects. Okay, which is going to be a array of values. So inside this, I'm just going to give um, Angular, and then Python, and then Java, and then Android, mobile. Okay, so now you see under this prop object students, we having the another objects, another properties which is called a student of subject. So it is going to be a type of array. Okay, so how to pull the data which is present on this particular array? Okay, so for that we are going to use ngFor. Okay, so here you see, I'm just going to give one div tag. Okay, so div tag, and here I'm just going to mention the heading tag is going to be h4. Okay, so h4, and then subject, elective subject, elective subject. Okay, so here you see I'm just going to use ngFor on here under this star. What is the syntax means? Ng for. Okay, so here we are going to use the syntax which is let, and then that should be followed by s of the array name. What is array name on here means? So here you see the array name is first we need to access the object. What is the object here? We are having student. Under the student object only, we are having student subject, which is going to be an array. Okay, so first I am just going to access the object, which is going to be a student, which is going to be a student. Okay, so under the student, we having one array, which is going to be a student subject, right? Okay, so student subject. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use the interpolations operator on here. Under this paragraph tag, I'm going to put the interpolation operators. Inside this interpolation operator, I'm just going to put yes. Okay, so now you see, I'm going to show the output. What output we are going to get is elective subjects. Why it is not get saved? Save all. Okay, so now you see we got the output. Okay, so it's not saved properly, so that only we are not get the output previously. Okay, so now what it is happening on here means, okay, so how the ngFor is going to be work. Okay, so now you see I'm just copying this code snippet, and I'm going to put it on this whiteboard. Right. So now you see what this student subject is holding. Okay, so the student subject is holding this value. Okay, right. Okay, so now you see how the execution flow is going to be get happen means. So in this ngFor, okay, so here we are having the object which is going to be a student. What is object name? It is student. Okay, under the student object we are having student subject. Okay, so now we are injecting student dot student subject. So this entire data which is present on here now is going to be assigned to this inside this for loop. Okay, so inside this for loop. Okay, for each iteration is going to give the one by one values. First it is going to give the Angular, then it is going to give the Python, then it is going to give Java, then it is going to be give Angular app. For each iteration, it's going to transfer the values, one values to the S. Okay, so now the S is holding the Angular. So we are going to display the Angular app on here. Angular text on here. Then after it is moving to this here. Okay, so it's going to inject the next value which is going to be Python. So now it is going to give the Python to the S. The S is going to print the Python. Then that should be followed by the Java. Next it is moved to the next iteration, that is Java. Now student dot object is going to hold the Java, is going to give S Java to the S object. Okay, so S value. Okay, so variable. Then it is going to print it on here. That should be followed by Android mobile app. Okay, so this is the way how the ngFor is going to be work. Hope you understand how the ngFor is working. Okay, so in the next video, we are going to discuss about ngIf. So if you like this video, please share this video with your friends. Please don't forget to click the subscribe and bell button. Thank you.